This is the Thriving Dentist Show with Gary Takis, where we help you develop your ideal dental practice.
Let me ask you the third question. We have discussed block scheduling many times in the past, but I can't seem to get my scheduling team members to stick with it. How can I make this stick in my practice?
Again, true confessions. This must be the true confession question and answer session. But Doctor, thank you for your candor. I've heard that many, many, many times. Systems have a way of degrading. I'll tell you the quick. Let me give you a different. I'm going to answer it in a different example, Darren. So, a number of years ago, a longtime client of mine. He had implemented intraoral cameras, and he had an intraoral camera in every one of his operatories. And what they wanted to do was to have images up on the screen when he'd come in to do a hygiene check. And so his particular intraoral camera system could divide the images in a quadrant, and he could have 4 photos up. And if there was a problem area, his hygienist was to take a intraoral camera photo of the problem area, let's say it's the upper left, and put that image up on the screen. And that would be like shorthand for him to know that that's a problem area, and that's where he could talk to the patient about it. Okay? If the patient's healthy and there's no issues, then the hygienist would put a split screen, 2 photos up, and one screen she would take a picture of the back of the lower anterior teeth before the hygiene appointment, and then take a picture of the back, the same area, after the hygiene appointment. You know, Darren, you may know that one of the areas that often builds plaque up in the mouth is the back of the lower anterior because of the salivary gland. And so now, if that was the image, then doctor would reinforce why it's so important to keep with a regular hygiene schedule, because the evidence is right up on the screen. Well, anyway, the doctor was calling me. He said, Gary, I'm going to pull my hair out. He goes, I've talked to my team about putting these images up, and they do it for 10 minutes and then they don't. What am I supposed to do? And I said to my client, I said, well, clearly there's a problem here. And the problem is you. He said, what do you mean? There's not only a client, but a friend. I said, the problem is you, because you're delivering mixed messages to your patients. You're telling them it's important, and then when they don't do it, you're just sweeping it under the rug. He said, well, that wasn't the answer I was expecting from you. I said, well, but he said, it's true. He goes, what do I do about it? I said, okay, tomorrow morning in the morning huddle, tomorrow morning, in a calm, high level of emotional intelligence voice. So use your high level of emotional intelligence. I want you to say, hey guys, we've talked about having the images up on the screen. And from this moment on, I'm doubling down on how serious I am. I will stop at the threshold, and if the images are up, I'll walk in and do the hygiene exam. If the images aren't there, I'm just going to make this signal. Now, the patient can't see this because they're looking the other way, you know, and I'm not coming into the room until you have the images up. And I said, Doc, it's going to take you about till mid-morning to get the retraining done. The first time you stop, they'll put the images up. If it happens again the next hour, you stop at the threshold to put the images up. By the third time, I'm pretty sure they're going to have the images up, because now you're being consistent with it. And he laughed, I laughed. He said, okay, I'll do it. And he called me that night, the next night, to say, Gary, it worked like a charm. I said, now stick with it. Don't fall back. So what's the adaptation to that? Ask the question in the morning huddle, when is my new patient appointment? And just keep asking it. They want to do the right thing. These are great hygienists in this practice. They want to do the right thing. But when you're inconsistent, imagine if we had, now my grandchild, I have grandchildren now. Imagine I tell my 7-year-old grandson that, Anthony, you've got to eat your vegetables if you want to get dessert. I've got to be consistent with that message, don't I?
Yeah, but if you say that and you give him the ice cream, he's not going to listen to your message anymore.
It's a mixed message.
Yeah, exactly.
So the answer to
Love
that
it, Gary.
is how you get this to stick is you just tell the team in a calm, rational, emotional, intelligent voice. Hey, one of the things we're adding to the morning huddle is the question of when is our next new patient appointment? And I would like my scheduling coordinator to be prepared to answer that question every morning. There you go.
Meaning, when is my next available patient appointment?
Available
right?
new patient appointment. When is it available?
Okay.
And then you're quickly going to see if it's within that 3-day window. And hopefully, and if it is, celebrate it. Way to go. Way to go, Meg. I know it's not easy to do. Thank you for honoring our system. Way to go. And if you need to correct it, you correct her in private.
One that provides personal, professional, and financial satisfaction.